Hello and welcome back to my channel, and today is my day to do a project for Teri's Crafty Christmas 25, and I'm going to put all the information you need in the description of this video. There'll be the links to where you can find Teri's group, the Etsy stores where these kits are, who has donated them, who's playing along, the prizes to be won, the whole works. And if you've been playing along with this, you probably know more about it than what I do by now. So anyways, I'm going to work today with Julie's Paper Craft. It's Christmas time, her kit. And it's so pretty. I love Julie's style. I really do. So I needed to make a card. I need a money card. And so I went from a money card to this. But let's have a look and see what it did. So it's closed by using a paper clip. And it holds the pen. And then this little piece comes out, just a little seam. And then this here you can write on here if you're going to gift it. And look, there's money in there. So this side here is just a little notepad that can come out and can be switched off. And this is just tied, so somebody, whoever gets this, can put more paper in there and stick it in their purse, use it as a little notebook. And we're just going to leave that out because it doesn't want to go in there right now. And then, of course, the money part. Now, this can be used as a gift card holder. It could be, after season, it can be just used for a place to stick whatever you need to have. And then there's a little pocket here that can be used for whatever reason. So I thought let's make these, and I'm going to just stick that over there, and let's get the stuff that we need. I've got some prep done because, you know, I know there's 3 videos a day and they take a lot of time to watch each one and make sure that you're commenting on them and whatnot. So what I did was I took the same, it's a sheet of 3 tags. So I took these tags, and as you can see, my glue is not wanting to, it's not quite dry yet, but that's okay. That's okay. So what I did was I had this sparkly paper, and I used it to outline my papers. In this one here, I used this copper tone, but this stuff is really thick, so it really became thicker than what I wanted it to be. And it's okay. Okay, so then you're going to need, I took these sheets, these 2 here. I'll get these out of the way. Keep that in mind. And I have my paper to make my little notepad. So these papers here, what I started with was just a sheet, and I cut my printer. Here's something for you. Have one of those Epson printers, the one where you fill the tank, the eco tank. If you print all the time with no borders, there's apparently a pad in there that allows you to do that. And my pad is now at its end of life, and I can't print without borders anymore. And it has to be professionally changed out. So just a note. Okay, so this paper here, I just took it. It's 5 inches because I wanted a 4-inch card. So it's 5 inches by whatever this was. I didn't even bother cutting it down because I figured it's good enough. So 7.5, a little over 7.5. But it's 5 inches this way, and then I scored it at the 1-inch mark. And I did that twice. If you're using paper that is directional, you want to just make sure that your papers are the right way. And so this goes this way, and my papers are lined up. Then what you're going to need is 2 pieces, the same height, but 4 inches. And those are going to go in there. And then you will need 2 pieces of a 1-inch stripe. And that's how that's going to go together. So let's get those glued together. And I'm going to use this glue because it does not bubble my papers. And it adheres nicely. So I have been working really hard to keep up with all the videos. I'm a little bit behind right now, but I'll catch up. Teri has done an amazing amount of work to get this all coordinated, so hats off to Teri. And the kits, there's so many beautiful choices. It's hard to decide. It was hard to decide which one to work with. But Julie's, I've worked with her kits before. I love her style. And so I'm just going to put this right in here, but away from that. We don't want it to be affecting the fold. All right, so we just want to make sure that this here will still fold. And then we're going to do the same thing over here. These are actually, if you, you know how sometimes you go, oh, I forgot to get a gift for somebody. This is actually a very easy, comes together very quickly, little gift to make. And they look very pretty. And I need 4 of these. So I have 2 more to do after this. And that's okay. They don't take very long to do. Okay, so once you have that together, make sure your papers are the way you want them. And I can see I'm going to trim just a wee bit there. Just because I may have cut wrong or whatever. There we go. And we'll do the same over here. That's the great thing about working with paper. It's usually a fix of some sort. Okay, get that off there. And I don't like pointy corners, so I'm just going to take and I think I'm going to use this one here. And because I can, I'm going to do these ones too. I didn't do it in the other one, but I'm going to do it in this one. Oh, I should have probably, but whatever. We'll get it. We'll get it. Okay. So then what we do is we just take these. There we go. There's Charlie trying to get in. Didn't realize that the door is shut. Okay. So I am just going to take and I'm going to put glue along here. You could take and put your other side in now if you wanted to. I just did it this way. Smear it around. And then you just want to make sure that they're lined up. And that's why I use this glue, is because I have working, it gives me time to work with it. And then you just want to make sure that you're lined up nicely here. And that's pretty darn good, I'd say. Okay, so now I'm going to take and round these 2 corners. And then I'm just going to glue these in. Okay. There we go. And you still want to stay away from that. You want to make sure that it does that. You can see that we have a little bit, my cut was off. That's okay. I'm okay with that. And okay. And you can see that we have our space here. We want that to remain open. And I'm just going to take this, because sometimes when you glue things, I think I did that wrong. Did I glue those? I did not. No, I did not. Did I? Well, don't glue these. If I think I did. Yeah, I did. Don't do that. I have a spot. I don't think I did. Duh. Okay. Let's start that over again, shall we? I'm just going to take my goodness. See, that's the good thing about paper crafts. You can fix. Good thing I've realized that. Okay. There we go. Let's start this over again. I'm going to take and cut this off. You know what? That's all part of crafting. Sometimes things don't go as planned. Good thing I caught it when I did. Otherwise, it would have been just a card with a little flap in the middle. Too busy yakking, my problem. Okay. Let's just get that one more time. There we go. All right. And now, because we have it open here, I'm just going to do it. And we're going to put these up. Just like so. Okay. So, now, we'll get this on here. Okay. And make sure that closes, opens, folds freely. Yeah. Turn this up. Now you could, if you wanted to, you could put a second layer on here. I'm not going to. I did on that other one, but I'm not going to do it on this one. A little more trimming here, I see. Just like so. Close enough. All right, let's get this stuff out of here. So now what you want to do is you want to line this up once again. And we are just going to open like this, and we are just going to go around. We're going to make a pocket here. That's what we have to do. So sides, and then a nice edge here. There we go. And then we're just, again, going to line this up. Nice and easy. Just going to make sure we're lined up over here. We are. Like so. We open this way. We open this way. Nice and tight. And now let's make sure, oh, would you look at that? I can see that we've got a good amount here. There we go. There we go. That's the way it's supposed to be. Okay, so let's see. I thought I would use this one as the front. So this here, I would like to, I use this backing here on this. Kind of has a, I don't know how to explain it. This is only Dollar Tree Dollar Tree backing. This sparkly paper is Dollar Tree, so it's not the bestest quality, and the glue is kind of having its way with it, and that's okay. So I'm just going to take my whale tail punch here, and I'm going to make a divot here, and we're just going to put it in. I'm just eyeballing it like so. There we go. And so we're just going to make a little pocket out of that. Like so. There we go. And we're just going to put that right in there. Keep it away. Okay. So then now, this here, sticky, glue stickies. Okay. And I'm going to take my hole punch here and my papers, which these ones kind of went really nicely. They happen to have the red linings, and you know, that kind of works. And then the holes punched there. So I am going to just line this up like so. I want it to be down at the bottom, and I'm going to just mark where I want my holes here. Hopefully I can get them down that far. Now I should be able to. I'll do this one and this one. And I'm going to do the full. Yeah. Oh, that's close. I might not be able to. No, I can't. Nope. Okay, gotta pull it up. Wow, that bites. Let's see, can I get it here? Yes, I can. Okay, well, I can see that hole nicely, so I'm just going to go one. And line it up. There we go. Okay, let's get this out of the way and some of this out. And I am just going to use, I think I'm just going to use this. That's what I used on the other one. Okay, so what I did was I just took the whole works. I went through here, through here. No. Boy, you'd think I did this like weeks ago or something. Okay, what I want to do is, yes, I do. I want to go like this and like this. That is what I want to do. There's my Charlie. Hi, buddy. You in the buggy boo too? Oh, that's good boys. Yes, they're good boys. Oh, and kisses. Oh, sorry, just getting some puppy loving. There we go. What good boys. You went outside, did business? Oh, good boys. Okay, so I'm going to leave this here. And then I am going to grab this one. And I'm just going to take that in here. I have to hold that tight. There we go. And here, maybe this might help me. Yep. There we go. We got it. Like so. Okay. And then this one, I'm going to cut that off. My puppies left me. Just came in to open the door and say hello. And then they left me. Okay. We're just going to stick this in here. See it coming through there? Should use a ribbon. That's what I should have done. Use the ribbon. There we go. Oh. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I'm going to switch out. Too much of a hassle. Too much of a hassle. Okay, what color do I want? Hold on. Hey there, buddy boo. Not that one. No. Oh, here. Here. Okay. Here's this one. This will be better. See? I have to redo this whole video. Then I think, because this is stronger, I don't think I'm going to be going through and through. I'll just go once. Let's put a paper clip on here. One less thing to worry about. There we go. Okay. Now we're cooking. Get this twisted. I was trying to make this video shorter. So it wasn't, and I might take longer just trying to get this thing done. It's not that difficult. It really isn't. It's just me making it difficult. Just me making it difficult. If I would have put a little piece of tape across this, it would have gone in, no problem. Or put it on a needle, thread the needle and run it through. That would have worked too. But no. Sophie's going to do it the hard way. Get that through. There we go. There we go. Okay. Whew. And I think we're going to leave it right about there. I'd rather have more not needed. And I'm just going to take this and just get rid of this, otherwise it'll fray all over. I don't want it to fray. There we go. I'm just going to take it to a simple bow. There we go. And I'm going to do a nice big bow and leave it like that. Okay, so then what we need to do on this is to make it so that it can come out and be interchanged. That might be too big of a bow, eh? Let's do a little bit smaller there. There we go. There we go, like that. Okay. Okay, so to make it just a little bit, make it so that it can come in and out, I'm just going to take this and I'm going to fold this around here and then this around here and make sure that it's somewhat straight. There we go. There we go. And then we will take and cut You want some overlap, doesn't have to be a lot, just enough that you know that it's going to hold nice. And we just want to take, I'm going to put on either edge. Charlie's snooping in my drawer. What are you doing in my drawer? You looking at the ribbons? Oh, you're going to stay here with me. Oh, that's nice. Okay. There we go. So that's going to hold there, but you can see that this is just loose in here. And then I'm going to take this out and take this out, and we're going to glue this in here. And we're just going to put that. Let's put a sheet of paper through here. And I'm doing this because I want to know that my piece is going to be in the right spot. There we go. And I'm going to run it right up to where the ribbon is. And then we're just going to put this where we want it. And I want it right about there, I think is good. Okay, well, so while that's drying, like that, let's start putting our paper clip together. Okay, and I'm just going to put something heavy on that. There we go. Okay. So for this, I'm using an old greeting card. And the one thing you have to remember on these is to make sure that the closed end is on the side where you want your pen. That's what it's going to be. And that means too that your paper clip is going to go in here, so it's going to hook on your page this way. If you put the paper clip over here, it would hook on this way. But we want it on this way. So I'm just going to grab, I chose these papers. And I think we'll do this one for the front. Okay, so this is going to be my front because I want my pen there and I want my paper clip to go on this side. There we go. I used to do these by putting it all together and then decorating it. And I thought, no, you know what? That doesn't work very well. Decorating first, put the pin in later. Works so much easier. Okay, and then we're going to do the same over here. Like so. This. Okay, like that. There we go, looks good. I'm just going to close this up for a second here. So we have some things to do. Okay, so I'm going to trim this just because I can. Trim it while I'm here now. Okay, this here as well. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's not going to, as long as it's not crooked. Okay. And while I'm here, I am going to round these corners off. And I might just ink it too. I'm going to use this one again. Ooh, that's not going to go in there. I might have to do that manually. You going to go in there? Well, not really. Okay, just do it manually. I gave it honest effort, though, I would say. I'm having a hard time cutting through, and I expect that poor thing to do it. There we go. Okay. So now what you want to do is you want to take a knife, and you want to go about the center, and you want to do a slit. So I'm just going to go in here, and you want to just kind of give yourself enough room, but it doesn't have to be really big. There we go. I made that probably a little bigger than what it needs to be, and I'm okay with that. My watch battery is dying, and I just have, this is Lumberjack Plaid, I think this one's called, but it really does go nicely with the reds in here in this kit. So make sure that you give me a like and a subscribe if you like what you see. Okay, all right, so we have just some elastic, and I have a very small pen, and I think I already made sure that it writes. Yeah, okay, just a very small pen. And we have a brad. I chose a star because it's Christmas, and a large paper clip. So I take this here and I go like so. Just like so. And then I push that through that slot. Okay. So what you want to remember now is where your front is. This is going to be my front right here. So I need to, should have done it first. So scratch that. Boy, I'm showing you all the things not to do, aren't I? I'm just going to take, I have it all in here. No, nope. Oh, it's right here. There we go. Okay, so this is my front. I want to take, where I want this. I want this right about here and right about in the center. And I think that's pretty darn close, right about there. There. Okay. Pick a spot and make a hole. You don't want to make it too big because you want it to be nice and tight. But you also want to make it the size that the brad can fit through. Just like so. Okay. And I can see, judging right now, that I'm going to take and move my slit just a little bit because, let's see, oh, that might be okay. All right, let's do this again. The hole is in place, this is in place. Get that wrapped around here. And through, perfect. Okay, and then what I do is I take my pen so as to know I don't get it too tight. And I'm going to flip it this way. So right now we've got our, I'm just trying to hear. So we have our pen in place, and we have our 2 tabs here of the elastic, and we have our brad sticking up here. So I want to take, move that just a smidge, there we go. I want to take and put my brad through my first strip here. And I'm giving it a nice amount of space. So, and then I'm going to take and pull my pen tight. Pull my elastic tight, so it's hold my pen tight. And then I am going to put through my next piece here. There we go. Get that dangerous thing away. Get that dangerous thing away. Okay, so now I'm just going to take and squish these down. And then I am going to remove the pen for now. So then I'm going to take to the back, and I am going to, my paper clip, I want this large end on the outside. It gives it more stability. And you just want to take and slip your paper clip right through. There we go. There we go. And that's going to go this way. So we have our paper clip in place, and we have this in place. Then we're going to take our glue, and we're just going to glue everything. And I'm going to, I like to put lots of glue on that. I like to put lots of glue in here, underneath there, so that just, it's going to stay. And I like to put glue right around the paper clip. It's not going to go anywhere. And then we just glue around. There we go. You really want to use a glue that has a good adherence to it, because you're pulling your pen in and out all the time and you're moving it. You really want it to be in there good and solid. And then you just squish it down. This glue here, when you use a lot of glue, the item itself gets very cold. It's a weird reaction, I guess. Okay, and then I had, in the kit also comes some little envelopes. So I just took the envelope and I just put some music sheet behind it. And let's see, I had a little cluster kind of prepared for this. And I'm going to stick this little thing in here. And I think on this one, I am going to, I'm just looking to see if there's anything else to put in there, but I'm going to put this on here like so. I was debating on whether or not I was going to put any of this behind there, but well, maybe. What do you think? What do you think? Okay. And then we're just might put the gold leaves down there. Might put them up there. I don't know. Let's cluster. Let's build a cluster. I'm just going to boop. And I think I should put some cheesecloth in there, don't you? I think so. so. Let's just put some glue on our little music sheet here. I love building clusters. And paper clips, hidden paper clips. I love hidden paper clips. Oops. Let's not put it upside down, shall we? There we go. There we go. Get that over there. Hold on. There we go. I don't mind that. See just enough of the... And we're just going to put that over there. And we'll put some glue here. And you could sew these if you wanted to. I'm not going to, but you could. And then this here, I'm just going to, this is the back side. Put that on there like so. And I think we're just going to, okay. And then I'm going to, I like to leave it hanging over a little bit. So I'm just going to put like here and here. Just right about here, I'd say. Maybe over like that. I want to hang over just a little bit, just a little. And then our cluster here. We'll put our cluster right about here. There. Okay, so we're going to let that dry. Oh, that's what I was going to do. Should I? Should I? Yeah. Okay. Oh, well, look at that. There's enough glue for everybody. And I might find a little something to put on there. I don't have a little something on there, something for there right now. Oh, I have this poor bird that has been, this thing has been sitting on my desk, moved here, moved there. See if I can get the sticker part off. There we go. I'm surprised that it still has a stick to it. And I think we're just going to lift that up. Or not. That might be on there for good already. Ooh, that's fast. I'm just going to put the tail under there. There we go. Let's give us a little something there. Okay, so then we have our cover. And everything is nice and dry here. Good thing I looked. Okay, everything is dry in here now. And I'm just going to take and glue. Let's see, you can see how, and that's using this glue. And it doesn't usually wrinkle any paper. So this is kind of like a plastic of some sort. I thought at first maybe it was like adhesive paper, but it's not. Okay, I'm just going to get this on. And put this here. Oh, this is going to need some time to dry. I'm going to put our paper clip on here. Oh, we want that on. That's so it closes our, there we go. There we go. Let's see, where do we want that? Not quite dry yet. I don't want to move it too much. Oh, lost my paper. My little Christmas note. Okay, and there we go. There we go. Like that better. And voila, there we have a nice little gift. And honestly, if I didn't have to pull it apart and have so much trouble putting it together, it would have come together much faster. And here is our other one. Let's just put this on here like this. Yeah. So there we have it. 2 little gifts, money holders. I didn't put any money in there yet, but we will. All right, so thank you for joining me. Make sure that you check out the other videos. There's so much creativity going on. It's wonderful to see. Lots of inspiration. And I thank you for hanging out with me. And make sure you check out the description in the description box, all the information that's in there. All right, bye-bye.